Ex-wife, 33 female wants me, 35 male, to move back home with her and the kids. Wife and I are 33 and 35 respectively. We have been officially divorced for about 2 years now. We have a 5-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. Towards the latter part of our marriage, we were running into a lot of problems. I was getting really irritated by the fact she was valuing socializing with her friends more than being a mother. She would spend a good bit of time on girls' night out. One time, a friend of mine spotted what looked like a guy affectionately touching my wife, brushing her hair. I confronted her about. I don't know the details, but our fighting got to a breaking point and we separated. Since my wife was a stay-home mom, I had to pay her spousal support with child support. She ended up getting primary custody, but I get unlimited visitations. Having a large chunk of my income taken from me has been hard, especially since back then I'd come home to a warm meal and clean laundry. Even when I was married, I spent almost all my earnings on my family. But going from the luxury of a nice home to an apartment has been shitty. I have a girlfriend at that moment. We are on and off. I believe there is another guy in the picture, but don't give a fuck really. I don't know if my ex-wife is seeing anyone. She is inquisitive about my dating life, but I never ask her about hers. I do care a decent bit, but I don't want to give her the validation of being jealous, if that makes sense. That being said, she has been asking me more often to come spend time helping the kids out with school stuff. And she would often make me dinner too. I have been having dinner with my kids about 5 times a week or so now. And she has hinted at me moving back to save money since it's an important part in raising our kids. It would save me a lot of money leaving the apartment, but I think she is hinting at starting over again. She has made some advances towards intimacy as well. I wish this was a case of where communication could just solve the problem. But my wife is a very indirect woman. She loves to have these tests, needs validation, plays a bunch of games. If I was to ask her for her intentions, she would try to flip it on me being like, "You want to get back together? Still not over me." I know I married a real winner, but her attractiveness slash sex made up for it, and I thought it would get better after we got married. That being said, staying with her, no rent, laundry, food taken care of, I get to see my kids more, probably could have sex with her. Disadvantages? I am not really moving on. She might expect us to get married again. It gives our kids a messed up perception of our family, emotional stress of being around my wife. I don't know, guys, what do you think? I don't really know what to do. I am kind of leaning to the side of going back to my ex-wife, but I think my infatuation with her is messing with me. What do you think, guys? She left and came back. Update 2 years later. Hi, guys. I came to the sub out of depression 2 years ago, and I have an update on my thoughts and feelings since then. I 24 male dated my ex 24 female from ages 13 to 21. 8th grade until college graduation. Let's call her Lily. Lily left me after she got into an Ivy League grad school in September 2016, See link to her original post above. I was in shock, and in some ways still am. She starts contacting me again in early November 2016. I ignore. She showed up and announced at my apartment, having driven 300 miles from her grad school to where I now live and work. She apologized and tried to reunite. I built up walls already and told her politely no thanks, despite desperately wishing we were still together. I was so broken and sad that her arrival at my apartment enhanced my fantasy that maybe we could work it out. After all, I spent my formative years loving this person and yearned for her. She was my whole world still. I called Lily and asked to meet again around Thanksgiving since we will both be back in our hometown. We met, and after I asked specifically, Lily admits she slept with someone. I replied that I'm not interested in reuniting. We both go home grieving. Having grown up with Lily's parents and loving them as my own, I get Lily's mother to confess separately to me that Lily tried to contact her prospective new plaything after they slept together and the new guy told her to get lost, confirming my hunch that I'm Lily's fallback plan. Lily never admitted this to me, but she did later admit that when she left, she had already been asked about by this new guy and that she wanted to say yes, so she dumped me. The pain is too much. I block her on everything. She tries to make contact several times, and I don't respond. My mother dies mid-January of 2017. When my father calls Lily's mother to share the news, Lily's mother tells my father that Lily is in a severe depression and has left grad school. I'm lonely and grieving and still in love with Lily, so I visit the day after my mother's funeral. By January, Lily has lost nearly 20 pounds. She was already thin and is borderline catatonic. I go back to my apartment 300 miles away as conflicted as ever. She is in so much pain. Maybe she loves me? Is the narrative that permeates my brain even today. I never took her back, but I never stopped yearning for her. It has been 2 years since all of this happened, and I still wonder if I made the right choice. I think I did, but I also have this tremendous amount of pessimism about people around me. I don't trust my judge of character anymore when I realize the girl I believed to be an angel can abandon me and then come back and try to use me. I've still never met anyone as beautiful as Lily, at least on the inside. Lily and I agreed to meet twice since then, and both times were extremely unpleasant. The first being a superficial show of who is more and moved on, and the second was me expressing regret over wishing I was a better man throughout the relationship. The ex ended up going back and completing grad school, graduating on time June 2018. I still haven't replaced the hole in my life where Lily was. I push away people because I know they will hurt me. If a girl like Lily can cut me so deeply, the kindest soul I have ever met, then everyone else surely will. I'm still lost, and for all I know she is too. I know what she did is completely selfish and gross, but it can't override all the good she did throughout my formative years. I am in no contact with Lily, but I love and miss her in my life. I'm wondering how to live life without her when even when I'm in bed with another woman. I miss the trust and level of connection I had with Lily. No one knows more about me. No one knows more about her.